going on? Can't believe it.
The bus is stuck. That's what we're dealing with today. I'm homeless. It's up 29 degrees here in Denver right now. This is kind of balmy weather compared to what we did go through just a few days ago. When like below zero, like when it's like negative 11 degrees. Hey, I'm homeless. Frostbite sets in very fast. My phone has a hole in it. Come on, Michelle. Frye, Todd Frye. I don't like the way this is going, but like you promised me snowboats, so I asked you for something way more important. Have her back. I asked Candace, my age, for help with a fundraiser, and she blocked me. I know hard to deal with, but you know, so is divorce attorney Sarah Stevens, who's been the leader of Airy, America's #1 TV hometown, where we both were from the same house. My parents bought it after yours, after you guys sold it to us, and then they got divorced. We put Sarah Stevens in charge, and if I have to go get 10,551 views, double that number, because that would be the population of the district she's leading, and then send it to Richard Burr, who knows Joe Manchin, who knows my family real good. Uncle Mike's portrait has been there since 2017. I think it would be great if people just helped me a little bit. So now I'm now dealing with, because I have to lock the door, my feet are freezing cold, and Tom is mad at me because I'm not there yet. And I'm freezing, wet, cold. I have nowhere to go. Let me just push pause right there and say, first of all, remember my dad? Let's look at my dad. Here's a picture of my dad. Here's a picture of me surviving taking showers in February. As in February last year, when I was also still homeless because my dad could not tell me the truth about anything, much less keep water in his 6,000 square foot home. Here's a picture of me at George Bush's inauguration. Another time I was freezing in the snow with nowhere to go. I think we can see where this is going. The bus is trying. It's working a little bit. It can never get traction or move forward, kind of like me being homeless and people offering me things and never actually coming through.
I alone can fix it.
I'll probably survive this. I usually do. Just keep doing that. But I have freezing cold feet. Walk the door where I was at, as I was supposed to. And here canceled. I have nowhere to go. Freezing cold feet with a low phone battery. This is going to live on YouTube forever, even if I don't make it through tomorrow. Freezing cold, wet feet. They're wet, soaking wet. No money until the 6th to eat on. I never got the job I went to the interview for after applying for it, and you're still expecting me to just recover after already doing this 514 times.
Here's a picture of me surviving in the winter last winter before my dad decided to invite me to his house where there was no water or truth. Here's a picture of me another time someone else canceled on me and had me leave. But here's a picture of my mother and the husband she's married to now, who cannot remember or recall or ever heard of Abraham Lincoln. Now remember, my life is at stake right this minute, today, for the 513th time. Here's a picture of my mother with another man she was married to temporarily. Here's a picture of my mother actually married to the first man she ever married and should have stayed married to. This is the man who remembers Virginia Midkiff. Oh yes, I remember who my parents' realtor was, like I remember my mother's divorce attorney. This is Virginia Midkiff. Todd, Michelle, I hope you're watching. I bet you remember who Virginia Midkiff is, along with every single other boomer in the Surrey County area. Virginia Midkiff used to recommend Ray's Starlight Restaurant with its farm fresh vegetables. I bet you remember that. And those are things, farm fresh vegetables, I cannot buy because I'm homeless.
What's going on right now? Let me break it down. I survived, the snow. Basically, this is what happened. Because I locked the door when I went somewhere else, and I needed to go somewhere else because the place I'm staying now, I have to, what I'm doing right now, protecting somebody with a home. I am in a neutral background in the garage because they're currently mad at me because apparently I asked for a ride at the grocery store when I should have asked for it at the train station after someone else with a home didn't do what they said they were going to do, which is help homeless men in the freezing cold snow, like Michelle Frye said she would help me with snowboats and never did. So, but the person here needs me to go sometimes, like between 6 to 9 or 8 to 11 or whatever. But it's like, can you can stay here, but can you just not be here so that someone can sleep with an already married man? And that's who is helping me right now. And I'm doing a really good job by caring about protecting him From what exactly, I'm not sure. He was today at his parents' somewhere I can't ever really go again safely. Neither one of us have jobs. I'm the only one that is going to a job interview multiple times. I'm the one trying, and I'm hanging on over Mary. Praise the Lord. I have to go to see someone like Tom every now and then because I have to have a network of other people to rely on. Because apparently my mother thought Sarah Stevens was a real good idea in 1997. And before that happened, she actually did, on a snowy day, slammed the door and said, you can't come in anymore. And well, here's today's the day. It's another one of them days. Another one of them days for me. Whatever it is that might be in your way from understanding how hard I'm actually trying and that I actually do need help. And I will probably die with this video like this on YouTube and not getting better, but I will never stop trying. And I really could use some help right now.
Another picture of me in the snow. This is at New York's Central Park because I let my father and I collaborate and work together again after he made me homeless in 2016 because someone else was stealing money to buy drugs. I don't really want to go into much other than Mr. Bill here, but I want to say
I must just work really, really hard because it was me that decided after my dad made me homeless in 2016, I thought it would be the best thing for us to move forward. And I was the one that helped him get to New York City professionally. Nobody else. It was me that did that. It just was. And I always work hard. It was also like me working hard to make sure that he was in the best shape possible after his quadruple bypass and running for a county commission. And then I got promoted 1 year and 1 day to come to Denver right before the COVID pandemic, and I was never trained. To whoever at the Mannering News wrote the article where it's quoted, my family is a modern embodiment of the Norman Rockwell lifestyle. It has just turned out to not be that case. I'm going to be learning a lot about the Mannering News, and I think that I already know enough about the Frye family from it to know they know what's right doesn't change, and I think that they could be the ones that really kind of see me out of these stupid emergencies.
here's a picture of my dad again, and here's a picture of him holding hands with a woman he was later infidelitous to. If I feel it is necessary to go through all that, I've got pictures on all that too, but let's just end with Mr. Bill.
The next family I'm going to talk about is also my hometown, and they're right next door. This was the Bills. Was because Mr. Bill is no longer here, and Mrs. Bill, I believe, also passed.
Homelessness in America hurts America. It just does. This is my father and I in my hometown. Hey, Mayberry, has been a long time, hasn't it? It's been a long 16 years with Sarah Stevens, too. We're going to finish up with Mr. Bill here, but I just wanted to tell you there's things that, you should know. This video and like advertising, homelessness is there 24/7. It hurts 24/7. We always have memories, and the best of us still have dreams, even at 514 days homeless. Like, I have a dream of seeing my father on Fifth Avenue again, maybe in an art exhibit kind of like this. And we went there. We did. It was great after he made me homeless. And, these kind of things can happen. I should be doing things like this. I did get Uncle Michael in this magazine, and these kind of things happen when I'm not homeless. But because I'm homeless, I'm having to survive. And so I'm coming to Mount Airy virtually. Everybody who remembers the Our Town collection, this is what happened after To Mom with Love. Just love your children. It's always the right thing to do. They might end up smarter than you are, and things are going to happen. Love your children. I didn't set out to become a content creator while homeless. I'm doing something so that I can document exactly what happened as it did. And there's a 7-year-old boy who wanted to be a YouTuber, so I'm showing him, if I can. I may never meet him. This is what happened. We got one more part for Mr. Bill left.
It's one of the sad things because I think that Mr. Bill, I want to say, if you get to see me right now, sitting right next to me, he would be like, what is going on? I can't believe this. What do you've been homeless for 5 and 4? He would, I think, be like in the flesh. This will all go away like that. Mr. Bell and I used to go to Ernie Shore Stadium where 3,283 people can watch fireworks, even back when it was with some spirits, because I remember those days. This is a Nissan Murano, and we used to wash wheels on a Nissan 350Z. 25,000 people can fit at the closed North Wilkesboro Raceway, where I one time met Richard Petty. But I also had to survive being homeless here in North Wilkesboro. And this is Hijoshi, Japan, and they better not be getting a Bojangles before Denver, Colorado. But This is roughly a population of 18 million people, the same size population I've already reached when I worked for Dish, and they never even trained me for that job. I don't really like it either, but I cannot take down the most watched video of all time on my YouTube channel. It's called I Didn't Come to West Virginia Like Car and Driver Magazine. It's not a great video, but it's the most watched, and I have no ability to really take it down. I just need help now, and I need people to kind of get with the program a little bit because the Frye family can help. I know I'm hard to deal with, but you know, so is divorce attorney Sarah Stevens.
I'm hard to deal with, and so is Sarah Stevens and the North Surrey Greyhounds and Kim Kardashian and the traffic or whatever. Let's just make it a meme. I'll do whatever it takes to save my life and go #1 in the country, and I've already been there before.
I know that was a lot of information. Let me just recap the whole concept of this video. So I just left somewhere I'm staying to go keep relations somewhere else that I will have to stay. And by leaving, I locked the door. Immediately it put me without good shoe protection. I forgot to put on boots that I actually do have from a man who was homeless himself. The Frye family, lived in the same house I used to live in before my parents got divorced. Their son, also named Nathan, went to Afghanistan. The community stood by him for that. When my parents got divorced, we made the delegate our divorce attorney. And she's been that way for 16 years. I have actually no money and nothing to eat. I just have a lot of skills with videos. And I've already applied for jobs. We could talk, please, let's talk about all the job work I've been working on. But I have nothing to eat until the 6th. Like, I need help. The Frye family should be a leading force to help. And I'm going to make sure this gets seen by everybody in Surrey County and the surrounding area. Oh, and one last thing, the person who is helping but sleeping with the married man, they're taking a nap because they can, and they went to see their parents. I was the one that was, out of line because I didn't, I'm having to deal with people with homes that are helping, and this is how they're helping. I'm still working right now.